Hi guys, Autumn here today to do my February 2017 wrap up. I read 16 books in February. This wrap up will also have my hashtag TBR Takedown Athon 5.0, which happened the February 6th through the 12th. So I'll just talk about those first and then go on to the other books I read. I changed my TBR quite a lot. I had a video of what I planned to read in that video. I did not follow it. So the first book I read, which consists of continuing for the challenge catch up on a series, and that was Empty Net by Tony Aleo. This is book 3 in the Assassin series. This was a reread for me. I listened to it on audio, which was the first time I listened. No, it wasn't. Never mind. I listened to it on audio before. This is Tate and Audrey's book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Really did enjoy it. This follows Audrey, who is Fallon's sister from the second book, and she starts this book. She is in an abusive relationship, and she knows she deserves better, but she can't help but love who she is with. And then she meets Tate, who is on the Assassins hockey team, and they have a one-night stand, and she knows he is better than Levi. And yes, this is an adult hockey romance, as I said, so I really enjoyed it. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Then I continued, then for the challenge out of your comfort zone, I read the book, hold on. Sorry. I read The Bird and the Sword by Amy Herman. This is a fantasy book, new adult fantasy book, that follows birds and a prince, and this main girl, Lark, is silent, and because her mother told her not to use words. And then Tyrus, who is the prince or king of the kingdom, finds her and marries her, and it's very interesting. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It is out of my comfort zone because I don't usually read fantasy books, but I really did enjoy it. And yeah. Then for the next book I talk about, fills in for 2 challenges, which is been on your TBR shelf for over a year and first in a series. And for that, it is The Perfect Game by Jay Sterling. This was my TBR author pick for February. And this is the first book I've read by her, which I really enjoyed, and it's the first book in her Perfect Game series, the game series. This follows Jack, who is a baseball player, a pitcher, and Cassie, who is just trying to go to school to get her degree, and then she meets Jack, and things happen, and I really did enjoy it. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it's a new adult sports romance, so if you like those, I would recommend this. Sorry. Yes. Then I read, this could count for catching up on a series. This is The Summer Games Out of Bounds by R.S. Gray. This is the second book in the Summer Games series. This follows Eric and Bree. Eric is a gymnastic coach, and Bree is in on the Olympic gymnastics U.S. team, and she has to go to Eric's house or ranch to train before she goes to the Olympics. He has a few other gymnasts going to his camp, and when they first meet, they don't really get along, and stuff happens. This is a new adult book, so just be aware there are some sexy times in this. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it, and yeah. Then I read Falling for Backup by Tony Aleo. This is 3.5 in the Assassin series. This was also a reread for me, but this follows Lisa and Jordan. Jordan is a goalie for the Assassins, and then he gets injured, and he doesn't know if he'll ever play again. And this is his story of how he feels about that when he meets his wife and stuff. It's very good. 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. Then I picked up Blue Lines by Tony Aleo. This is the 4th book in the Assassin series. This is Eric and Piper. I've read this like 3 times, and it's my favorite book in the Assassin series that I've read so far. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This follows Piper, who is, she doesn't know what she wants to do with her life, and right now she is a childhood author, and she moves away to Fallon's house that is away from people, so she could do that. She's hiding a secret, which I don't want to say because it's kind of spoilish. And Eric is a playboy, and Fallon tells him he needs to clean up his act, or she will trade him. And then he asks Piper for help to be his fake wife, mostly. So, yes, very good. I really do enjoy this series and this book. Then I read Second Draft by C.M. Seabrook and Carter Blake. This is a new release. This came out on the 11th, I think, of February. It was a quick read. This follows, Layla and Carter, and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. This follows Layla, who, and Carter, and they met one day. Carter saved Layla by getting hit by a car, and she never told him her name, and then Carter left for a year, and when he came back, he saw Layla in his house with his brother, and she was pregnant with his brother's baby. And his brother doesn't want anything to do with the baby, so he says he will help. And yeah, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Breaking Away by Tony Aleo. This is the 5th book in the Assassin series. This is Reese's and Philip's book. This was also a reread for me, and this is also the book where you meet Claire, who is the main character in her spin-off series, Bellevue Bullies, which is Bordered by Love. So, yes, Claire is Philip's niece, and she moves in with Philip after her mother dies. And so Philip then has I think she's 16 in this book, I don't know, his niece that living with him, and Reese, who is a dance teacher who later has Claire dancing for her in her school and classes, and all while they have a friends with benefits relationship. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, really enjoyed it. And then I read Fake Fiancé by Isla Madden Mills. This came out on February 6th. This was my favorite book this month that I've read. That was not a reread because, of course, it's the Assassin series I really enjoy. But this one I really enjoyed. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This is a new adult sports book. We have the main character who is Max. And he is the quarterback of his college football team, and he is headed to the NFL and everything. And then you have Sunny, who is his next door neighbor, and they have a very strong connection. I don't want to give it away, but you will, if you read this book, you will know what I'm talking about. And Max asks her to be his fake girlfriend, and then he later proposes and she becomes his fake fiance. And I really enjoyed this book. It's probably my favorite book of hers that I've read so far. I really enjoyed it and highly recommend this. And then I read Very Bad Things by Isla Madden Mills. This is book 1 in the Briarcast Academy. Yes, this follows Nora, who has a list of things to make her bad because she's tired of being the good girl like everyone sees her. And she and her mother doesn't get along very well. So she decided one day to make a list of how to be bad. And then she meets Leo, and he's older, and they have a very strong connection, and Leo doesn't want to be with her because of the age difference. She's still in high school, so but she's 18. So he doesn't want to be with her, and a lot of stuff happens. This book has drinking and drugs into it and sexy times, so just beware. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Really did enjoy it. Then I read Very Wicked Beginnings, which is the prequel to the second book. Very Wicked Beginnings is 1.5 in the Briarcast Academy. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This is Cuba and Devi's book, where you see how they meet and stuff. And then Very Twisted Things, which is book 2 in the Briarcast series by Isla Madden Mills. This is Cuba and Devi's story. I really enjoyed it. Cuba is on the football team, and Devi is a ballerina. And really did enjoy it. 4 out of 5 stars. And then you probably know what's the next one I'm reading. I've read. I don't actually have the cover because it's in an anthology. But that is Very Twisted Things, which is the 3rd book, and this is the 3rd and final book that is out right now. I don't know if there's going to be more in this series, but this follows Sebastian and Violet. Sebastian is Leo's brother from the 1st book, and Violet is a violinist who has a very troubled past. She was in a plane crash that killed her parents, and she doesn't want anyone to know that. And Sebastian is a celebrity because of his rock band. So yeah, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Really did enjoy it. Then the last Kindle book I read was Mr. Wrong by Nicole Williams. This came out on the 25th of February. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It's a quick and enjoyable read. This follows Kara and Matt, and Kara decides to get, or well, she doesn't decide. She's getting married to a brother, and something happens, and she ends up marrying Matt. And yeah, she marries the wrong brother. But I don't know. Yeah, I think I spoiled that. But I don't know what else to say. But I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's a very quick and enjoyable read. Recommend this. And then the last book I read was 4-Letter Words by J. Daniels. This is the first book of hers that I've read, and I really enjoyed it. So I can't wait to pick up some more by her. And this is the first book in the Dirty Deeds series. I don't know. There's 2 books out. I don't know if it's going to be a duology or if there's going to be more. But this is Brian and Sid's book. This follows Sydney, who decides to call one of her best friend's exes on the phone, and she calls the wrong number and she curses the guy out, and it happens to be Brian, and Brian thought it was very funny and adorable, and he wanted to get to know her. So he still kept calling her and texting her and everything. And this is a very cute and very enjoyable. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Yes, and this is an adult book, so there were a lot of sexy times. Just be aware, but very good. And those are all the books I read in February. If you've read any of these, let me know. If you want a full review on any of these, just let me know down in the comments. And what did you guys read in February? I'll see you guys later. Bye.